Hi, my name is Tiffany and today I'm going to be sharing the story of Bruno Borges, at least that's how I think you say his last name, and his disappearance. One other thing I'd like to mention is since most of the news reportings on this case are in another language, I may have some facts like a little bit off, so if you want to correct me, feel free to, that's totally fine. But yeah, just getting into it, 24-year-old man goes missing and he lived somewhere north of Brazil in the state of Acre. The last place that he was seen was at a lunch with his family members, and then after that there's some footage of him running down the street, and then that's it. So he's been missing since March 27th, and the way that he did disappear is pretty mysterious and confusing. So I found it interesting enough to share with you. What happened was his parents went to his bedroom to check on him, and that's when he was discovered missing. However, when they did go into the bedroom, they found that there were 14 encrypted books with Roman numerals all over them. They were in various codes that people are still deciphering now, and they kind of covered every aspect of life. Not only this, but his entire room was reconstructed into an exhibition of a sort, where in the very center of the room there was a statue of philosopher Giordano Bruno. It's been discovered that Bruno, who went missing, found his life and his experiences very similar to this philosopher. He actually thought that he was the reincarnation of this philosopher. Therefore, he hired someone to especially create this statue to look just like him. They do look very alike as well, which I found very interesting. Overall, the connection is very similar, so it's cool. The philosopher was definitely out there for his time. He was a mathematician, a poet, a philosopher, and a cosmological theorist. Bruno was actually tried for heresy in 1593, and he was later executed through burning. So he was definitely put out for his ideas and criticized for them heavily. It cost him his own life. So Bruno connected with this, and that he himself had various ideas that did not align with most people in current day. So take what you will from that. But back to the case itself, I'll insert a video of his room. It's definitely wild. But he built this, because his room was previously quite normal, he built this and reconstructed his room in the period of 22 days while his parents were on vacation. When they came back, he went missing that same day. He definitely hid inside of his room a bit. He locked himself in so that nobody else in his family could come in and, you know, see what was going on while his parents were away. There's a lot of writing on the walls. There's a picture of him and an alien. Very cool, but also just different, eccentric, if you will. So while he was younger, he was definitely a loner. He stuck out a little bit, but he was an intelligent person, always very into learning, exploring other ideas. It's come to light that Bruno would often ask his family members for money to borrow stuff. Even for the statue, he borrowed money to create that and have it made. The statue did cost around $6,000, and he ended up getting that money from his cousin. In creating these books, I feel that personally, this is just my theory, but he felt that his works would be very controversial, so either he went missing because of those beliefs or due to his own fear of being put in a very restricting situation. He felt that his books and his work overall would change humanity in a big way, so maybe that's all what this is about, to draw attention toward it. I obviously don't know. I don't think anyone can know for sure, unless possibly it were his close friends who denied knowing a lot about it, but they did seem to understand a lot of his plans. So like I said, a lot of the things that he wrote about and included in this project of his were having to do with Reiki, pseudoscience. He himself was a Reiki master, I believe. Very cool. And Reiki in itself is a study of energy and how to create balance of energy throughout the body, and how to just ensure well-being. So there are those people who know how to kind of manipulate energy in that way, which definitely intrigues me. That's so cool to be able to study that, and he definitely did. This kind of practice definitely traces back many, many years, all the way back to Egypt even. So there's got to be something about it that holds true. You can't just kind of just say oh, that's all in your head. Even if it is, it has effect on people, and that's why it's continually practiced even today. He had a lot of knowledge about energy and the meaning of life, which to me it does have meaning. So he was very much into spirituality and looking beyond what may be common in everyday life. So that definitely drove him to make these books. I feel like he was trying to spread knowledge and his view of the world. So like I said earlier, his friends did seem to know something about his disappearance, but they had a secrecy pact of some sort where they vowed that they would not tell anyone anything, and everyone else in his life had no idea what he was doing or even very much about the project at all, just that it existed. There was a dressmaker in Brazil who had made 3 cloaks for him because he requested that they be made, and then she had asked him if it were for some sort of church activity, and he said that it was almost that. So looking at those 2 facts and then bringing them together, to me it seems like his friends alongside him, like the 3 of them, had some kind of connection with his project, and all of this brought together where they were a group. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, they're still deciphering some of his works in his books. It may take a while, but it's something that I want to keep updated on. I'd love to hear your theories. There are some people who even think he was so knowledgeable that he transcended his own body and that's why he went missing. There are obviously a lot of possible things that could have happened. I myself am not completely sold on one or another, but very just like, you would never have expected to see this like in the news or anywhere. So yeah, definitely leave me a comment down below telling me what you think happened, or even just something that you found weird about this case, because there are so many different things that you could point out. The shout out is going to be right alongside me, so thank you for watching, and anyone else who has made it this far. I hope you have an amazing day or night, and I will see you soon. Bye!